Welcome to the webinar. You have entered as an attendee in listen-only mode.
So good morning all. So just we can wait for 2 to 3 minutes. I think few more attendees set to join. Yeah. So good morning all. Welcome to the day 2 session on SCADA training. So yesterday we discussed some basic GraphWorks designing. So 2D dynamic actions. Okay. And so today we are going to focusing about the further things. Okay. So in that one, alarm configurations, trend configurations, and we will see the database data logging, how to log the data in the database. Okay, and these things. I think yesterday a few of them asked me to how the PLC data we are configuring through MX OPC. Okay, so we'll start with that function right now. So how to add the tags and how to configure that one. Okay, so if you have any questions or any doubts, you can ask me at any time. So you can write your questions on the chat box, or you can raise your hand. There's a hand symbol was there on the right side panel for you. Okay. So now we'll see. So how to create the tags, how to link the tags via MX OPC. Yesterday we already seen we can able to link your tags from directly from this data connectivity. We have a Mitsubishi Electric options are there. So directly we can able to add your details here. Okay, machine configuration details. But right now here we have a R CPU, R safety, and FX5U only we have it is. If we have how to configure that one. So just now I'm going to create one simple project here. Okay, so this is for example. So this is the one sample Q03 UDV CPU. So I created one Q series project here. So in this, I'm going to add some logic. So just a little bit incrementing the value like this. Okay, so just I'm taking. as I'm going to CP by 0. So incrementing, and if it greater than or equal to 0 is K100. Okay, so just reset this value. Okay, so just hit us. So I can activate the simulation. Right now I'm not having hardware, so just I activate to simulation. Okay. So like a PLC logic itself, so it is PLC in run mode. So the data is also increasing here. Okay, now we need to get this data in our GraphWorks screen itself. Okay, so through via OPCs. Okay, so OPCs like this, we have MX OPC, server DA is there and server UA is there. Okay, I already yesterday told you, we can able to configure through the server UA, so it will be better. So I can go with the MX OPC server UA configuration tool. So first time when you launch this one, so it will be asked some initial information. So first time after installation, if you are loading now, it will be ask your details like that, general details. So like this you can create. Right, I will create a new project. Okay, so now in this one, in address space, okay, so I need to add the new MX device. Okay, so new MX device. So in this, go to configure. So how your PLC is connecting to your PC, okay, SCADA PC. So right now I'm running through simulator, that is a GX simulator 2. So I'm using GX simulator 2, and CPU series is I'm selecting QCPU. So click next and finish, and check the communication test. It is connected or not. So you can see you're connected to the PLC. Type of connected CPU is Q03 UTP. So now it is simulation is connected. So now in this one, for example, this is my PLC one device. Okay, I given a name like that. Just add it. Okay, so under PLC one again, if you right click, you can able to add the tags here. So I'm going to add a tag. So tag here. So for example, I'm thinking this is the temperature value I'm considering it is the data it is what you are getting. So I'm going to link with the device address D0. Okay, so what is the PLC I'm having here, the D0, that I need to assign the IO address here. I given a one name, tag name. So temperature or like this temp I given it is, and the access for this read and write. So I can able to read and write from the both. Okay, so data type is selected and polling method is done. Just I save this. Okay, now in this connection setting structure. So while you're connecting, this is your OPC URL link. Okay, so this is just you copy this one because we need to link this OPC URL, and also we need to manage the certificates. So while you're managing the certificates, which server configuration you want to enable, trusted certifications you have to give it is. Right now in JX MC Works, I installed that workbench now. So it is communicating via framework server. Okay, so if it is not trusted, then you have to make this and make this apply like this. Okay, so then it is in the trusted mode. Second, it is so it's not running, it started. So I think PC server is not running. So just I'll check it because services I can check it once. So there it is. So because here the play button, it will come. So it is, I think, background the services are not running. So I can check it once. Microsoft MX OPC UI. Yeah. So this is just I'll start the services. Okay. So now it is running. So just once again, I'll configure it as related to next. So I think now it is open. It is in this space. So because this play buttons will come actually, so that's why I'm verifying it as. Yeah, simulator 2. Then finish communication test is packaged. So I can give this PLC1, then under PLC I can able to add the data tag. So temperature or like this, whatever it is. So D0 resistor, I'll link it with this. Okay. Now I can monitor from here. Okay. So I can see the opening the connection. Now I can see it is the status is good and the value is also getting increasing here. Okay. So we are getting this one. So now we can able to start selected devices from here. Okay. So this we need to do it is, and while if you are doing this connection string, so this is the, whenever if you are using OPC UA, this is a OPC TCP, this is a endpoint URL. So you have to copy this one endpoint URL actually. So you can go to Workbench. Under Workbench, you can go to the platform services, frameworks, network settings, and OPC UA network is there. So if you open this OPC, so here you need to create your that new OPC UA link here. You have to enable that one. So I already added here the same thing. So you can give any name here, and I given that primary endpoint URL. If you have any secondary endpoint also, you can give it as. If this is in a redundancy case or like that. So primary I given in this one. So once I given this OPC URL, then automatically here what is there now? I already show you here now. And the tools, managed certificates, it is showing like this. So then it should be in trusted. This is the framework server should be there. Then you have to enable this this one, trusted one. So once you make the trusted, then this data I can able to monitor from here. You can see this. For example, this is process point. Now in left hand side, you can see on the data browser, this is the data browser tool, my computer, data connectivity, and you can go to this OPC UA. So it is loading this way. Yeah. So under what name I given in this one? No? So in Workbench, what name I given? MX OPC. The same thing I am getting here. Okay. So under MX OPC, you can see this address space. Under address space, you can see this PLC1. So under PLC1, you can find this temp. Okay. So just you can drag and assign this one automatically. So already for this process part, the data source is attached here. Okay. Now I can go to this runtime and monitor this value. This 1617, this value is updating from here. Okay. So that value is okay. So like this, we can able to configure via MX OPC. So MX OPC UA I installed here. So mostly you can use this UA for this services. Okay. So same similar way, whenever if you are using OPC DA or anything, na, so just we need to make that OPC DA for that one. What OPC settings it will be there. So you can see in the server settings, gen broker settings here. So you can see here the default channel is what? OPC channels. So OPC over DCOM. If you are using the OPC DA, then you can able to enable this OPC over DCOM, OPC channels. Okay, so this we need to select it as. So this is the frameworks. Actually, through frameworks only we are going to communicating the zone data. Okay, I think there is a raise hand. Someone. What's that? I think I've seen some raise hand symbol. So anyone is raise their hand. So now it is not enabled. So this is the way. So we need to make certain settings on this OPC UA if you are using MX OPC UA. So in that MX OPC UA, so you have to create some device. Under the devices, you need to create some tags. So the tags will be interlinked with your PLC. Okay. So with through IO address. So now this tag names I'm linking to a SCADA devices. So this is a one way of adding your data, like linking to your PLC devices. Okay. The same similar way we have apart from this MX OPCDA, you can able to find this. You can get the either if you have a OPC data like third-party servers, like for example, if you have a Mitsubishi or like this, if you are having from there also you can able to access any third-party PLCs. So already Mitsubishi we already having in the workbench itself. So under we can go with the Mitsubishi Electric. So we can able to create yesterday we see in this one, no? Or we can create Modbus devices directly. Either we can create Ethernet IP devices directly on the Ethernet IP configurations. Okay, so that everything we can able to configure from the workbench itself. Okay, so this is the way we can able to access this information. Okay, so this is how we are interlinking with your MX OPC. But while you are using MX OPC and MX DN, so MX OPC UA and DN. So UA it is a kind of some kind of secured in connections we have to make it. So directly we cannot able to access from the data like that. So we need to make some kind of certifications should be trusted. Then based on the certification and that information also we need to provide it on this workbench configuration. How we seen in this one under the frameworks we added that. So we need to create that information on that. So from there only we can able to access. So this is the way we are going to configuring the MX OPC devices. So UA devices. Okay. Okay. So next, so we are going to talk about to see the alarm configurations. Okay. So in alarm configurations, then go to workbench. So under you can see this is your active project. Under active project, you can go to the alarms and notifications. Under alarms and notifications, you can go to the alarm server. So this is a real time and historical data like that. Okay, so real time I'm telling you right now. Okay, so in alarm work server, so you can go in this alarm work server. So here you can see there is a configuration. Okay, so here already some configurations are there. So if you don't want it is, so we can able to create our own configurations. So right click on this configuration, you can able to add it. Okay, so this is, you can give any name of this alarm. Okay, so for example I'm giving it as a name called sample, and under this configuration, any configuration we can able to create multiple configuration, but at a time only one configuration should be in active state. So you can make this is my default active configuration. Okay, and you can see the some settings. While alarm data logging, you have to use a data source timestamp or not. If you want to use the data source timestamp, then you can enable it as, or otherwise there is a two timestamp. Either it is a system SCADA timestamp based on it will be recorded, or data source. So what data you're taking based on the data source timestamp. So and also I have this scan disable tags, and also we can able to ISA mode. ISA mode means normally this is the in this 10.95 onwards we introduce this ISA mode actually. So what is this ISA mode? Normally there is a industry management standard for automation links kind of thing. They have some what is some policies like we regularly we know we are talking about the 21 CFR compliances for the food and drug industries like this. Okay, the same similar way for alarm management system. So they have some kind of some policies. They have some rules and regulations there formed in that one. Okay, so in that one, there is a ISA mode means what? No? Regularly we know whenever the alarm occurred, any warning or anything come. No? So regularly what we will do. So whenever the operator will acknowledge that alarm, that means he identify the alarm, then he resolve the alarm, and automatically resolve. It will be went off from the real time list. Okay, so like that is there. But some more states in this ISA mode. What it is, so few more states are added. So what is that few more states, I will show you in the next creation. So I'm enabling right now ISA mode, just apply. Okay, now under sample is there. Now if you want to delete this, we can able to delete this, because once it is default, you cannot able to delete that previous one. So right now I make this is the sample is default one, so I can delete the previous one, it is not required. Now under this sample I can able to add my alarm tags. Okay, so in this alarm tags I need to add some alarm. Okay, so for example, this is I'm giving it as a temperature. Okay, so this is the name I'm given it is. Now for this temperature I need to link my data source. Okay, so for this one what I'll do, just first I'll go to this here. Okay, I can add one more tag here, temperature. Okay, so with the device address of detail, because that value is automatically increasing, so I needed some constant value like that. So for that one I created one temperature. Okay, so now it is quality is good, status, you can see that. Okay, so this is device all are activated. Now I can go to workbench, so data source. So okay, so under data connectivity you have to go to OPC UA. I'm using OPC UA. So under OPC UA, I can refresh this, because my previous time also what we created, it will come there. Okay, now under MX OPC can go to address space, PLC1. I can see I'm having the tag called temperature, so I'm linking with temperature that one. Okay, now this is the analog value, so I'm going to here analog alarm limit. So in this alarm limit I have some multiple conditions are there. Low conditions, low, okay, and high, return to normal, high condition, high conditions. Okay, so if you want you can able to use all these states, or otherwise if you require only less you can use it. Right now I'm going to use only two states. One is a low condition, so whenever the value is less than 30, okay, the analog value is less than 30, so I will give, for example, so temperature is low. Okay, so just I'm giving this simple. And the severity of this, so what is the severity? Okay, so what is the severity now means, if for example at the same time you're getting two alarms, so which alarm the operator have to take the priority? Okay, that will be based on the severity number. If you give a high severity number, then he can able to understand, so I need to take first priority to this alarm, and then I can go with the second one. So you can give any number here. So okay, so I'm keeping right now the same default one. You can change that number. So based on the number we can able to know which one we can able to high priority or like. Okay, so that's why. And high conditions, when you see, for example the value is more than 80, then you can able to give the temperature is high. So the text I'm typed here, so here also you can give the severity. Okay, and required acknowledgement state is 1. So everywhere it is 1 is there, because what is this one? Whenever the alarm occurred, the operator have to acknowledge the state. Acknowledge means have to change the state, like he observed this alarm, or otherwise what will happen, whenever in the history of the alarms when you see, the alarm came and the alarm gone automatically based on this, but in between the duration the operator not identify this issue. If he didn't identify the issue, when we cannot able to know when the operator is identified, when the alarm is reduced, so that downtime will be, we need to calculate like that, so that duration of the alarm time. Okay, so that acknowledgement state we need to give everywhere. Okay, so whenever the alarm occurred, the acknowledgement state is required. So this is the one you are giving is the operator can able to make the changes for the acknowledgement. Okay, so this one, and go to this alarm settings. Once again, you can go down. Okay, I already told you, ISA mode means what? So in this ISA mode, so you can see along with normal acknowledgement, you can see there is some other states like latch on acknowledgement, latch on unacknowledgement. Okay, so and we can able to see this enable out of service, re-alarm states. Okay, so these are all the ISA mode states. It is extra added in this one. Okay, so enable shelled. Okay, so what is this one? For example, if I'm making this enabling this ISA modes, I'm using this latch on and acknowledge, latch on, unacknowledge, and re-alarms. If you want re-alarms, you can give it as. Okay, so right now I'm using this two, and remaining all are it is there out of service and everything one like this. Just I'm applying it as. Okay, now this is the value I created, one tag. Now just go to this configuration. Okay, just refresh your configuration, and alarm server is in stop state, so you have to start the services. Okay, so just wait, it will start the services. Status is unknown. 1 second. Yeah, so now alarm server is in run mode. Okay, it is in green color now. This now I can go to GraphWorks, go to controls. So yesterday we taken that GraphWorks viewer to monitor the another multiple screens like that. Now same similar way, if you want to monitor alarms, so real-time alarms, you can able to go to this alarm viewer, and you need to take this alarm table. So in this alarm table, you can just double click on this. So you can go to the grid. So here, so you need to add the real-time subscription. So in that real-time subscription, if you select the local alarm, so only at a time only one configuration should be inactive. No? That alarms will be linked here automatically. So just it is point that tag, close this. Okay, this is done. Now, if you go to this, what is it? So I will take one data entry for changing the temperature value. So from here I can able to change that. So data source, my computer, data connectivity. Okay, and OPC UA. So MX OPC, address space, PLC1. So under PLC1, you can find that temperature. I'm taking this. Okay, and so if you want to give any range validations, if you make it true, then I can give the limits. So low limit is 0, high limit is maximum 100. We cannot go more than this. Okay, and the data type. So if you that decimal point will be there, no? So you can able to remove the decimal point. So you can see here decimal places should be default here. So I can keep it as a 0. Okay, so this is given it is. So now I can go to the runtime. Okay, now it is in 0. You can see automatically you are getting one alarm. So what is this alarm? Time and date. So column is time and the date, tag, priority and type, and you are getting quality and description of this alarm. Okay, so what is this alarm? So temperature is low. Okay, so if it is in less than 30, you will get this. So whenever the alarm occurred, then what you have to do? So we have to operator have to select this one, right click, acknowledge then operations. If you have a multiple alarms, you can go like this, and all items. So if any specific items, okay, so or alarms only or events only. So we can able to acknowledge from severity 0 to 1000 range. So acknowledgement required, you can acknowledge with some comment. Okay. Or otherwise, if you want to comment directly, just double click on this. So already it is in orange color. If you double click, automatically you can see the color will be changed on this. Okay. So that means operator is acknowledged. This is acknowledgement state. Okay. Now the operator is observed that when he resolved some issues or anything. For example, the temperature is increased. It is less than that, so I can go with 40. Okay. Now you can see the color is changed to here. It is not went off. Okay. So what is this one? So limit is normal right now. This is in normal state. Okay. So again, if you acknowledge, we go to the acknowledge state. So you can see this acknowledgement. Okay. So latch acknowledge is off. Then it is gone. So earlier, normally, if you are not using this ISA mode states. So earlier in this sample, in ISA mode, in temperature, if I didn't enable, okay, so this latch on acknowledge and latch on unacknowledge, if I didn't do this one, then what will happen? If alarm occurred, so just I will show you the difference also for you. So this is apply. Okay, now you can go. So for example, this is alarm occurred 85. Okay, so alarm came, the temperature is high. Okay, so when for example, it will be automatically the temperature is changed to 70. Okay, so it is in unacknowledgement state or like this. Okay, just 1 second, I didn't restart the services. Stop the services once. So alarm services are stop and start once you can restart it. Now you can see this. Yeah, it's restarted here. Just you go to configure mode once. Then again come to the run mode. Okay, so now it is in 70. So for example, it is in 85. Okay, so alarm is occurred, operator is acknowledged this one. Okay, and it will be, so went back to the 60. Now you can see it is automatically gone from the list. So sometimes what will happen without any operator confirmation, also if the alarm is gone, it will be removed from the list automatically. So this kind of it is a actually it will be gone from the list, or any issues is happen or some other like this. So here actually in ISA mode, the operator intervention they given it is. So whenever the alarm occurred, so first he was acknowledging it is. Whenever the change is changed, the value is changed due to the some malfunctioning or some other any data or like that also, what will happen? The alarm is gone from the list. So operator don't know. So how it is gone? What is this issue like this? So that's point of view only. Every state when you're changing, either it is going to the normal state, either it is coming to the normal alarm activate state. So alarm operator have to give some acknowledgement state. So that's why they introduce this kind of ISA mode. So if I am giving this one in ISA mode here, so if I enable this state, these two states especially, so temperature. So if I enable this, so latch on and latch on and unacknowledged like this. Okay, so now you can able to just refresh this, stop the services. and restart the services once. Okay, now the services are started. So now you can go on this configure, because events also stored it here. Okay, so that's why when in between you stop the services 60. No? Now I can see the same thing. If I'm going with the 85, the first operator is acknowledge this. Okay, this is acknowledge. Now whenever he was changed back to the state of 60. Okay, now it is still waiting for your operator confirmation. Like means, so can I change the state? Is it exactly this is a error is gone or not? Like this. Okay, so operator has again what he'll need to do. Again, he need to go to acknowledgement operations. So here it is already latch acknowledgement is an already on state. So you have to make it off. Then you need to give the proper comment. Yes, it's really it is a due to this condition the value is changed to the normal state like this. Okay, so operator have to give some comment and then you have to click go. Then it will be went off from this list. So in earlier case, if you are not using that enable state, that latch on and latch on acknowledge, so then what will happen? If you change the value, automatically it will be coming to the list and automatically it will going back from the list. So it is not a operator interventions are not there. So if in this case, operator intervention, we need to provide the each and every information. So while you are making any alarm management system, so in any kind of process or anything, so we have to follow certain process. Okay. So first of all, when you are creating some alarms, it is a kind of what is it? Priority based alarms will be there. So on this one, what is the kind of actions we need to take? So this each and everything should be. So we have to maintain in a proper way. So that's why only they added certain these features. And also if you are getting, for example, if I'm getting alarm like this, okay. So if this is alarm, if I'm going to acknowledgement state, you can see here, if this is alarm is reason for out of service. If due to this alarm, you are out of service on, like means your completely machine is gone down. Okay, then you have to use this alarm to acknowledge through this status is called out of services on. Now I make this is out of services on. Okay, so that means this is the alarm is affecting your machine. So operator is acknowledging the proper state. Then after that again it is changed back to the normal. Okay, then again operator have acknowledgement here and then go to this. So in acknowledgement you can see out of services in off state. Again he need to change this one and give the comments and proper, and then it will be changed back. Okay, it will be went to the normal state like this. So out of service is in off, and then latch acknowledge off state. Okay, so this is the process of while you're taking. So certain states they given it is acknowledgement time also they given they provided some kind of some options to operator to either we can able to identify the issue where, so due to this one what is affecting either machine out of service is coming or either if it is related to the programming issue or logical issues. So logical issues are like this also. If you see, for example, again alarm occurred. Now again you can see this is go to acknowledgement state. You can see here. So there is a shell one will be there one state. So that's or cell one. This both are all related to the what is this one? No? It will be logical related information. So for example, if I'm giving suppress one. So this is a logical related information. If due to this alarm, it is affecting on your it is affecting on your logic. Based on that only you're getting this alarm. Okay. So you're getting this one. Then you can change the state. Again, it will be went back. Then again you need to go to this acknowledgement operations. Okay, so you have to make it is a suppress off state. Okay, then again you need to go to acknowledge and latch acknowledge off state also we need to do this. So till that one it will be in maintaining that states. Okay, so this is the way we can able to monitor, and also we can see right now we are checking the status of either the alarm occurred, what time you are getting, what is the tag, what is the priority, and what is the description. So if you are seeing that out of service and that states also in the table now, that also we can able to add it up, add like a columns. So you can see in this table, if you double click on the configuration, go to tabs, I think grids, yeah. So in this grid, go to the column. Now in this column, you can see already time, tag, priority, type, quality, description is there. Now I'm going to use the sixth column. So sixth one I'm selecting it as. So it is, I'm going to, this is the disabled as now I can able to change is like a new state. So new state translation. So I'm using this new state translation. Okay. So you can give the name like new state. I'm giving the name called new state. Okay. Then this one should be visible. So here it is a visible is there. You have to visible and apply the changes. Okay. Then you can close. After applying the changes, if you close, now if you go to the runtime, okay, now you can see the new step one column is added here. Now you can see what we are giving. So for example, same previous method 90, the alarm is occurred, enabled acknowledgement state it is right now. Now what we need to do, so we can go to this acknowledgement. For example, this due to this alarm, I'm affecting on out of service is on. For example, I'm making out of service on, and I can give the some comments or like this. I can close it. Now you give it. It is changing the state to oh yes, out of service. Okay. Now you're coming back here and you are changing the state 60. Okay. Now it is in normal state. Okay. Now again you need to acknowledgement. Okay. So out of service is in off state. Okay. So now out of service is in off. It will be, it is in waiting for the latch. Now it is a limit is in normal state. Now again, if you go to this acknowledgement operations and you have to latch, acknowledgement should be in off state. So acknowledge. So I didn't do that. Yeah. So latch unacknowledgement, and then here, so not because I didn't do the acknowledgement and acknowledge. You can do this latch reset also. Yeah. So this is a enable state right now. It will be went off from there automatically. Okay. So this will be the way the new state also recorded here. So whatever you wanted, it is already available the states. Okay. So if you want to display that in the table, then you have to add that column also to see what kind of state it is, what is that alarms and everything out. So this is the way how we are going to configure this, the real-time alarms. Okay. And after, if you are generating any real-time alarm, if you want to take any report, so from here directly on runtime, double click. So you can see here, you can able to export this data into text file. You can export this data into CSV file. You can export this data into the XLML file. Okay. So HTML file also you can export, and you can directly give the print, or you can able to take the print previews also. Okay. So this one we can able to configure like this. If you give the print directly, you can connect it to the printer. If it is there, then you can give a print directly to from here to your alarm report. Okay. So for example, I'm giving it is a print. Okay. So you're getting this print of view like this. So you can see in this printer, you can, so many columns are there, no? Time, date, tag, priority, type, quality, description, new state, acknowledgement required or not. Okay. So if you move this, condition names, so many states are there in that one single alarm. You have this much of states. Okay. So we can able to take that one. Okay. So and you can directly you can give to your printer, or if you want to save as a PDF, you can able to save this report as a PDF. Okay. So that way we can able to do that. Okay. So this is the way we can able to configure. We can generate the report also from here. Alarm reports we can able to generate it. Okay. And also when I'm talking about the so many columns are there. No? Once you make alarm configuration, no? I can able to take the different alarm states for our previous further any requirements or like that. For example, now you can see in the data connectivity. Sorry, if you go to the alarms and notifications, here data browser. Now you can go to this alarm work 64. So temperature is there. Now I created here. If you go to under temperature, so this is called alarm tags. We call it as alarm tag. It is already one tag we created, alarm tag, but in that tag we have a different states are there. That states, and whenever you want, you can able to take it, and we can able to use that for displaying point of view or any other purpose. You can see that in the temperature. Okay, so under the temperature you can see this. It is a limits what we are using. It is analog alarm, so I'm going to the limits. Okay, not here. Data connectivity, see data access. Yeah, so alarm works DA. Yeah, so under alarm works DA, this is the temperature. Now I can say this under temperature you can find. Yeah, so here temperature active state. If you want, you can able to take the status here. I can able to get the status of this one. Okay, and auto acknowledgement state, active count, how many times, clear count, so delay. So under this one alarm tag, you have this much of states are there. Okay, so high active enabled, high enabled or not, high limit is what. Okay, so what is this? For example, what is the high limit for this temperature tag? Okay, so high, whenever it is high, is getting activated. Okay, and what is the high? Message text. Okay, so just I am taking this message text. Like different tags are there if you go to the runtime. Okay, so now for example it is a 90, so I think tags are more. So just I can delete this. So high enabled, no? So high enabled I'm giving it is right now, and high limit is I'm giving it as. Okay, now from here, so 70. So high limit value, it isn't bad process. Let me find data source. Process point only. This is object native task. Yeah, just 1 second, or otherwise understanding I'll tell you. Right now is a simple one. So in temperature, active state is there, no? So active state we know, no? So that I will show you here. You can see this. In the value is not, because in runtime, no, the tags are missing it. So 70. Now if you make it as a kind of, for example, 85. Okay, so I think 85 is also not there. Above 80, alarm active. So there's a latch states I given it. We need to acknowledge this one first. Yeah, it's in high state. Now you can see alarm active state is coming here now 1. Okay, so right now because I'm using that ISA mode of alarm state, so that's why it is. So now it is in high mode. You can see the active state is coming here. So now once it is acknowledged, so it will be go back to the normal state. Okay, so now it is active state is gone 0. So I can able to use these 0 and 1 states also whenever you want these tags. So these alarm tags also I can able to use. Okay, so internal operation point of view, whenever if you require, like this we have a different states, alarm limit also if you want to take it. Okay, so because in the right now in the demo mode, so I'm not having that much of. So base text is what, auto acknowledgement state is what is the active count. So these are all the tags under one single alarm. You have this much of tags are automatically available here. So what is the high limit, what is the high limit, high severity is how much. Okay, So this everything it is available here. So we can able to take this reference also. Okay. So this is about the alarm configuration. So real-time alarm configuration. Okay. So this is alarm configuration. What we have it is, and next we are talking about this another controls here. So trend viewer. Okay. So in this trend box viewer, so just I can able to monitor the trend graphs. So directly I can drag and drop this trend viewer. Okay. So in this one, so what data if you want to monitor? Okay. For example, I'm going to take the pen. So in the data source, I can go here. So I can able to link my MXOPC tag. Okay. For example, data is increasing the temperature. If I go to temp, automatically the data is increasing. So I can able to link with that. And if you want to set any ranges, styles, and values and advanced anything, you can use that. So if you go to this runtime, so now you can see the data is coming or not. One second, it is not responding to the connection. Save this. So I didn't save it, so later I will save it. So this time I will save it. Security authentication setting, restrict the username. So okay, just leave it. It is taking time. Otherwise, I will link with some simulated one. So there's some authentic because it is a some securities. These things it is required. So that's why it is not taking. I can go with simulation. Just I'll take a RAM. I connected with this. Okay. Okay. So now you can see the value is getting increasing like this. So we can able to add the multiple pens. So how many data if you want to monitor in this one? Okay. So for example, if I'm going to add one more pen, so you can right click on this here, plot, add one more pen. Okay. So in the second pen, if I need to add one more data source, so in simulation, I'm going to add sign. Okay. So just add it. I can have the two, can monitor this. Okay. So both you are getting this rate in the single graph itself. Now, if you want to segregate like this, for example, if you double click here, so here also you can see here there is an option called here show or hide legend. So if you enable this one, you can see on the bottom you will get the tags. So what color you are getting able to see this one. So for example, if you don't want to get the RAM data, so you can uncheck that one. You can get only this sign data. Okay. So if you need only the RAM data, then you can uncheck this sign data. So you will get this RAM data on this. Okay. So from here you can able to see what is the last value, what is the last time it is updated, what is the connection status. So on the runtime you can able to monitor here. Okay. And in the runtime itself, if you want to edit the pens, you can add the pens. You can go to edit. So for this real-time trending, you don't require any configuration on the back end. So directly on the GraphWorks panel itself, viewer itself, we can able to add this one. In runtime also we can able to add the fence. Okay, so we can directly add this data source. Okay, so we can go to simulation. For example, if I'm going to add a triangle or like this, so just you can add it. Okay, so it is another color, it is coming now. Now I can see the show legends. Now I can say 3 it is. So for example, if you want to see only this much triangle, so this is the triangle. Okay, so you're getting it. So, and here it's like a similar way. So we can able to, okay, so edit the trends. So we can able to give some kind of global access. We can assign it as, or otherwise rulers and real-time cursors. Okay, and legends if you want to give. So some settings about this one, plot area, scroll bars. Okay, so these information we can able to edit in the runtime also, and also we can able to see this period rates. So what is the trend period rate, sampling intervals? So we can able to adjust that one. So depending upon requirements, and if you want to change the X and Y, swap the axis. You can able to swap this axis of X and Y. Okay, so this way we can do that. So from here also we can able to export this information. For example, first we need to take this print. Okay, if you want to take the print area, so if you want to take the entire control area or chart area itself. So if I need to take the chart area, so what economy printing setting, so economy mode or landscape. Okay, so for example, I'm going to take it as a economy mode. Okay, and what is the additional information should be displayed? So it should be display the title or computer name, date and time. So I'm taking date and time and computer name, and just if you give the print, so you will get the print preview here. Okay, you can see this. So this is a print preview, and from here, okay, so we can able to take directly the print of this graph. Okay, so we can take it as well. Entire area we can able to take as. So if you want this information on the trends, and also if you want to take it is in the landscape mode with, okay, so entire control information if you want to take it. Okay, so then you can, so you can see this. So entire control information on this. Yeah, everything what you have it is. So what is the computer name and what is the date and time? So according to that, the graph information. Okay, so we can able to take this in a 1 page or 2 pages. Okay, so we can go to the print and we can get the print from here. Okay, so directly from here also we can generate the reports of the trend report, we call it. Okay. So this is the alarms and trends configurations for the real times. Okay. So any doubts till here? So if anyone have any doubts, so in this alarm configurations and trend configuration, real time and alarm real time configurations. Okay. So next we are going to talk about this. The alarm logging and trend logging also we can do that. Okay. So instead of that one, because the time is less, so I can cover it as a kind of SQL database logging. Okay. So and a few more things are there, I will describe you. So same thing only, the trend logging and these things, we need to go to Workbench and we need to configure it in the logger, and trend works means trend logger we need to do it is. So this is right now the time constraints. I can show you the database logging. So instead of that, you will get more information on the database logging. Okay. So database logging means, for example, in our MC Works, whenever if you are installing MC Works now, so it should be all the background backend server configurations and backend configurations and everything will be stored in the server itself. Okay. So right now for this version, I'm using the MS this one Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio 17. I'm using right now. Okay. For the current my version, what is using it is. Okay. So just I'm opening that this Studio. So SQL Server Management Studio I'm opening here. So from here I need to, what I'll do now, I will create one database and I create one table there. In that table I can able to log some information. Okay, so how to log that information, we will see that in a customized table. So you can see that. So it's take time to loading it is SQL. So before loading, if anyone have any doubts, please let me know. It's not available. Yeah. It's okay. So in this one, we need to connect the server. So I already installed this SQL server with a server name called. So my PC name and SQL Express I given. So while installing this SQL Express, I given authentication like SQL server authentication. So the login name SC and password I given. So just I connect that server. Two it is created. So that's fine. Yeah, this is the, now it is connected here. Now you can see in that under this instance, you can see the databases. So in this databases, so while installing this, my MC works like this. Actually, this is what I'm using. It is a Genesis platform. So in that one, so it is everything. It is installed in this databases. You can see this is a database is different. No? So DW configuration, diagnostics, queue, framework, server, gas configurations, and ICO reporting, so iconic security, iconic start setup, language aliasing. Okay, so trick configurations and UDM configuration. Like this are all everything. It is created under this database. Now what I'll do, I will create my own database. So I can right click on this. I will create my own database, new. So I'm creating a database name called FSD like this. So in my department name, I'm creating it as, so owner is default. Just click OK. Okay, so database is created. Now under this database, so I need to add the table. So I can go to this tables. So right now it is, there is no nothing, tables are there. Now I need to create one table. Right click on this table, click on table here. Okay, now I need to add the table with a column name. Okay, so for example, this is date time. Okay, first column name is date time. So what is the data type for this? So I'm going to link with data type called date time. So yeah, so date time is here. Okay, so data. So here this one date time, I cannot, while you're creating columns, no, You don't give any space here. Either if you have to give some underscores or like this, without space you have to provide the column names. Okay, otherwise it will not able to identify that parameter number. Okay, so like that. And next one, for example, I'm going to give temperature. So the tag is there now, what I created. From there I can able to enter the temperature value. So that is an integer value. So int. If you search now, automatically the data type will be there. Okay, so this integer temperature will be there. So for example, along with the temperature and tank level, if I need to see, so space is not required, so you have to give it as a tank level. Okay, and this is a tank temperature, tank underscore temperature. Okay, so tank level, that is also in integer type. So I'm having this table like this. Okay, so with the 3 columns. Now what I'll do, I will save this one. So save the table. So table underscore I'm saving it is. If you change the name, you can change it, not an issue. I'm saving as it is. Okay, so this is saved. Now it is created. Now I can right click on this, refresh this table. Now I can see under dbo.table table underscore 1 is created. Now you right click on this, select top 1000 rows. So because my current version, so that's why I'm using this 2017. So if you are based on the MC Works, what we are using, so it will be supported that version. You can see now columns, date underscore type, tank temperature, and tank level. So this is the 3 data are available here. Okay. So now what I'll do, just I can go to Workbench. Now in that table, I need to insert the data from the GraphWorks. So the background communication of your tags, OPC tags, and SQL tags. So we need to communicate via data connectivity. So you can go to data connectivity, database. So under this SQL connection, right click, which server you are using it is, which connection you are going to make. So I'm using SQL connection, so I can add the SQL Server native connection. So under SQL Server native connections, so I can add the some name like a DB, something name I'm given it is default name. Now in this one, go to configure the connection. So you have to select your server name, SQL server name. If you just to drop there, it will be search, or otherwise you can type that one, that entire name what you have. No? So just we can wait. If it is a remote SQL, then you have to enter that remote IP, that server name. So right now it is in the my system only, so it is searching here which other servers are active. You can see this is my server name, MAIPC-18 SQL Express. So it is having the SQL security. So that's username and password I'm giving it is. So under this, some databases. So I created one database called FSC. No? So I'm linking with that database. Click OK. So you can test the connection. Yeah, connection test succeeded. So my database is connected properly. Okay, apply. Okay, so close it. Now under this DB, I can go to 2 options. One is a data source and data manipulator. So data manipulator means what now? If I need to modify any data in SQL, like insert the data, update the data, delete the data, or like this, no? I need to use the data manipulator. If I need to fetch the data from the database, like if I need to read information from database, then I need to use this data source. So first we will see this data manipulator. First we will insert the data. Then after inserting, how to read the data. So we'll see these 2 in this session. Okay. So first we'll talk about the add data manipulator. Okay. So in this data manipulator, I'm giving the name called insert. Okay. So because I'm entering that information, so I meaningful name I given it is. Now in this manipulator command, go to configure the command. So there is a one query I have to add it. So this is the table query. So it is a TPO. In that databases, how many tables are there? You will get the table information. Right now, table 1 is there. In the table 1, what you're going to do? Insert it, update it, delete it. So I'm going to do the insert. So I'm for insert, I'm doing it is next. If I click in the table, what are the parameters? Everything it is come like this. You can see at the rate date underscore time, at the rate tank temperature, at the rate tank level. Like this, you are getting. No? Yes. Click next. So inside the SQL, the table columns are added here automatically. So now this is available in this data connection. Okay, now you can just apply and close this one. Okay, so this is done. Now this is DB part is database side is created successfully. Now what we'll do, so we need to make some tags here. So what I'll do now, in GraphWorks, right now I'm using simulation or like this now, data entry, this, so this one in data source. So I can go to simulation, new define variable, name is called temperature. Okay, so and the data type I'm giving it is a 16-bit integer 0 to 100. Okay, just like copy and paste it one more. Okay, so this is going to give you tag level. This is also I'm giving some default 16-bit integer. Okay, so like this I given it is right now. You can see that it is. If it okay, now I given this to. Now this two tags I created, and now columns also parameters are updated. Now here you can go to this platform services. You will find there is a unified data manager. Under unified data manager, you will have this registers. Okay, so under this register, you can add a register called. So first one it is date time. No? So you have to link the date time. That is also you have to update. No? So date time I created one register, and here I'm taking data type from native, so it is that one. And this register is writable. Yes. So what is the input tag? Input tag I need to take from the OPC tag. Okay. So input tag I can go in this. So if you go to this MX OPC, here the simulation was not there. So later you can see. Okay. So in this my computer, if you go, the date is already available in the default your system time. It is available in the diagnostics. Okay, under control and diagnostics, you can see there is a two times as well, current time and server local time. So current time it is in the what is this one? It is in a UTC format. Server local time, no, it is plus UTC plus 530. So right now what is having 1043 right now? No? That server local time. So I'm giving this input linking with server local time, and this time should be updated to output tag. So enable this use output tag. So this is you have to link to your database column. So I can go above. So data connectivity, database. So in that one SQL server. So DB I created in that one under DB. So in that DB I created the data manipulators, insert parameters. So I have to link with at the rate of data underscore time. So time is I'm linking with this column called date underscore time. So linking is done. Okay. So this is done. Apply. Okay. So this is done. Now I have to create one more register like tank temperature. No, one more column is tank temperature. Okay. So temperature. So this is also writable. So input tag is OPC tag. So you can go to this input tag. So here the simulation tags are not there. So what I'll do, just normal in the data connectivity under OPC data access. So you have some here simulations are there. So here I will create some simulation tag. It's loading it is. Okay, so under this you can see this boolean, double, float, long, short, string, or like this is that. No? Okay, so for example, if I'm going with it's a double or 32-bit or like this is it, so I'm go with short. Okay, so under this short you can see automatic symbols are there here. Okay, so this ramp, random, like this is there, so I can go for example ramp. Okay, so here it is, the signals, it is available, so fast logic signals are there. So this, instead of that I'll take static one, we need to take it, so that's why I'm checking it is, because this will be automatically values are updated, so I need to update some random, so I can take boolean, so static I'm taking it as. Okay, so boolean static. Not only one tag now, I have to take the two ones. Just one second. This is activated or not. Sure, this is. So here I will create it as, then it will be better for us. So here it is already temperature is there. So I will create one more tag, level, D10, and this is also I can change with D20. Read and write. I can able to modify from the graphs. Yeah, so quality is good, and it is started as defines. Now we can able to see this. I can link this. So OPC tag, instead of taking that one, relations, OPC UA. So refresh, address space, PLC1. Okay, now you can see I'm linking with temp. Okay, so just apply this. So input tag is I taken that one. Output tag, I have to link this temperature to database side. No? So I can go with this database SQL server under DB, that tank temperature. I'm linking with this tank temperature. This is not one tank temperature. Okay, so just apply. Next, one more register I'm going to create. It is level. So register I'm creating. In this register, this is a writable or readable I'm taking. So in this register, input tag, OPC tag I'm linking it is. So OPC tag I'm linking with this level. And in output tag, I'm linking to the database tag. So just it will be work like a one medium register. So I'm linking to this tank level. Okay, this is done. Now in this MXOPC, I'm going to create one more register, that is a trigger register. So whenever you trigger this button, then only the data logging. Okay, so this trigger, if you go to this workbench, I'm going to create here add register trigger. This is also writable. Input tag. So input tag I'm going to give. So I have to refresh this. Okay, so trigger. This is my OPC tag. Now this should be linked to output OPC tag, because in that database I don't have any trigger column is not there, because we didn't create any column. But then what will happen, the data will be written into these parameters. Okay, so I'm linking to this execute. Okay, yes, it is done. Okay, now it is done. Now in this I can able to add this. So this is the one temperature and pressure. So and one button. Okay, so one button. This is button is toggle value. I'm taking it as toggle value 1, and second time when you press 0. Now I need to link the OPC tags. So I can go with OPC UA, MX OPC UA, address space, DLC1. So I think it is refresh. Okay. So first one, it is a temperature. So I'm going to link this temperature. And second one, it is the level. And trigger, I'm going to assign to this. Okay, so data source. Now this is the, I given it as a data log. Okay, this is the buttons I added in this. Now if you go to the runtime, so if I'm going to enter, this is a 10 and this is 20. Okay, now I'm going to make this on. Okay, so make it off. Okay, now you can open this one page. This is your table, no? So you can execute it. Here. For example, wait and time refresh. Every 1 second I can give it. This also I can give 1 second. Refresh every 1 second. Okay, this data will be updated every 1 second. Just to refresh this. Once again, log the data, trigger, make it off. Hmm. Second, I will check it as OPC UA space PLC1 refresh temperature. Data log.
Let's see trigger. Okay, this data time insert execute. Okay. So just restart the services and I will check it once. So because we don't have that much of. One second. The date time integer. Columns. Okay, right. Because the values I change that this one, either it is underscore it is taking or not. I can check it once without space. Just as tag. So because everywhere the parameter name is get changed, no? So I updated that. Once again. Valid column name. So just 1 second, I'll check it. It is, what is this column now? Why it is not taken? Tempo issue, integer. Okay. Valid column name. Valid column name. The database engine MBI. That column name. So I had to check with this SQL once, because the procedure will be same only. So there is no changes in that, but why it is previous. Just only. So here it is taking this. I will change this. So because it is column names, or it is not taking that after modifying. So I just change the table once. I'll check it. Same procedure only. Nothing is. I reduce the column, only one time temperature only I taken it is. This is not good. So just restarting the service and I'm checking once again, because the procedure point of view, we don't have that much of this thing. If it is any where it is. Trigger. So I think maybe any issue in this SQL or otherwise in this interlinking only. So just I'll check either that execute bit is activating from here or not. Once again. Insert. Yeah, I think this is not triggering from here. This execute bit was not triggering. Input and output registers is not matching from here. It's okay. Initial value. No. Okay. So the procedure will be same only. I think I have issue in this these bits. I can. There is no further settings here. Just I can make in the trigger bit and I can able to interlink from this input tag, OPC tag. I'm taking it is from the OPC tag. I'm going to triggering this one. So the OPC tag is enabling from here. Yeah, it is true only, but it is not giving the command to this execute table executing here. Okay, so inside this one, that execute bit will be there. No? That is not responding. So I think there is some issue in this SQL side. I will check later. Okay, so procedure point of view the same only. So just we are going to creating the table, and after the table we are importing the table parameters here. So like insert. So in this table query we are writing here. So once it is available, that table columns we are going to interlinking via register. So in this register we have to use some input bits and output bits or like this. So from the input tags we can able to use the OPC tags. From the output tags we need to use the database tags. Okay, so like that. So this register will be work like a intermediate a temporary register like that. It is receiving from information from OPC and sending that information to the database like that. Okay, so right now I'm facing issue. So okay, not an issue. So procedure point of view is the same thing only. You can try it as from your side. So later if anyone is facing any difficulties, please let me know. So later I will also check it from my SQL actually. So because there is some issue in my side only in SQL. So later we can see it. So okay, I think someone is asking one question. Let's see that. What is that question here? Yeah. So I think Devendra Chauhan is asking one question. Can we connect the MX OPC server with Google Sheets? So normally in we have a MX sheet kind of configuration like this thing is there. Normally whenever if you're taking it as a while you're installing also, no? So if you open of our any Excel file, so any Excel if you open, okay. So while you are installing this MCBug software, so there is a one plugin will be added to your Excel. So that's a configurator kind of thing. So this is we can able to use it for the report generation. Also, we can able to use it. Just I'm opening that Excel this way. So it's loading. Already developed one is there. I will open that otherwise.
Okay, so I think it is the report previously what we developed here. Actually, there's a template. So in this one, so you can see on the ribbons, you will find there is a report work 64 one ribbon is added to you. Okay, so like this, if you open any other things, no, there is a one configurator kind of thing is added to your sheets itself. If it is not available, you can go to that ribbon plugins and you can able to add this communication, this ribbon. So enable that one. I'll show you how to add that one also. Just give me. Okay, so now here, if you go to this file options, okay, so you can go to this customize ribbons. Okay, so under this main tabs, you can see here, so report work 64, it is available here. So if you want, you can able to add it to your customized ribbon on this one. So enable this report works here itself. Okay, so you can see this add-ins. Yeah. So in this add-ins, you can go to this communication add-ins. You can see here. So ICO report worksheet Excel. So this one is there. No? So if you enable and then if you click OK, then it is added to your ribbons here. So that is also possible. So now in this one, if you go to this report works, so you can see there is a logged in as a FAC. So right now I'm security credentials, I'm logging in that one. Okay, so now here you can see this parameters, configuration data sources, frameworks, configurations, and everything is it. Now if you click it on this configuration data source, so you will able to import your data from the different data sources. Like you can able to import the SQL data, or you can able to import the XOPC data. So where what type of data if you want it, you can able to add it to your this Excel sheet as a template form. You can able to use it. So not long time. So I think it's very slow. It's downloading all your available projects. So you can see this. So it is added on this. So workbench kind of configuration, it is open here. No? So now from here you can able to select your data browsers. Okay, so what data if you want to add it. Okay, so we can able to select data connectivities, so OPC data. So whatever the data if you wanted, we can able to interlink that data. Okay, so the data sources we can able to add it. So different data sources, I think you can able to the data sources from the database also, or you can able to take the data sources from the OPC data access or OPC UA, whatever it is you have it is, we can able to get this information. So this is the workbench configuration inside the Excel itself. So we can able to configure. So the same way we can able to link. So we can able to insert some data or whatever if you want. Okay, so data we can able to select. After adding this one, so we can able to do this. So we can able to get directly access to the worksheets. So from your data, so we can able to download that information. So we can able to access. And the same thing we can able to use like a report template also. Okay, now you can see here that for example the quality of this, what timestamp. Okay, I'm getting like this, no? So this MXOPC, if I'm having it is importing from there. So it is existing one, it is linked with MXOPC. So if I download the data, it is available, you can see in the point name and quality and timestamp that is updated here. Okay, the same similar way we can able to monitor from your Excel sheet. If you want to monitor, you can able to monitor from here directly. Okay, so I can stop it. Same thing will be, we can able to configure like a report templates also if you want. So this is the way we can able to use it. So I think Mr. Devendra Chauhan, I think you got. So this is available while you are installing itself. This not only this MXOPC data, SQL Server data also we can able to communicate with your this sheets itself. Okay. So if anyone have any other doubts. So if anyone have. Yeah. So one more thing I will tell you in this, time is less. So I'll check with this one, global aliasing concept. Okay. So what is this global aliasing concept? No? So because especially in this one, my SQL has some issues, so that's why it is not able to interact with it. But the configuration is same, so you can try from your side. Okay. So I can check it from my side. Okay. So next one it is what? No? For example, if I am going to add any data, for example, if you have just so machine one, so machine one data is there. Okay, and also you have the same machine two data is there. So you have this two machines information is there, for example. Okay, I'm using this. So in machine one, so I'm having, for example, so machine one, what is the temperature? Okay, and same, what is the machine two temperature? Okay, like this, right? For example, if you're having, and same thing, like if you have with them another parameter. Okay, so machine one. So what is the pressure rating of the machine one? And I'm going to take it as a kind of machine two pressure. So like this, if your particular division or like this particular unit, so you have a multiple machines are there on the each and every machine, you have a multiple parameters are there. Okay, so if you want to display that each machine information, okay, so there is a two types of one. There is a local aliasing concept and global aliasing concept is that. So what is that local aliasing, global aliasing now? So for example, if I'm taking the process point here for temperature, one process point. Okay, so same thing I can able to copy for the machine two pressure and here machine two pressure. Okay, so regularly how we are giving in this temperature process point, you can go to this data source. Okay, so you are assigning some any OPC tag or like this you are doing it is. Okay, so instead of that one, what I'll do, I will go to local alias. So instead of local alias, here I will give assigning like a name. Okay,
So this is, for example, machine 1 temperature. Okay, this is the M1 temperature. This is the one I'm adding here. Okay, this is the M1 temperature, and this will be, I'm going to local alias. So this is a syntax for that. So this is the arrow bracket. It will be a syntax for assigning the local aliasing names. So M1 pressure. Okay, so this is added here, and here also same thing. Local alias already 2 you added a M2 temperature. It is M2 temperature, and this is local alias M2 pressure. Okay, so machine 2 pressure. Now added like this. Now if I'm going to take a one button, okay, so this is the button for calling the machine 1 and machine 2. Okay, so M1 and this is M2. I'm giving it as. Now in this M1, if I go to here, instead of command load display, I have to select it is a set local alias. Okay, so in this local alias, okay, so command is from data. I'm using it as. So what is the local alias commands if you select here? So in this alias name, you can see M1 temperature, M1 pressure. So I can directly link the tags here. So which tag I need to get it? Okay. For example, if I get the simulation tag or OPC tag, I can link here. But instead of that one, what I'll do, so I will give right now as a constant value, because I need to know what is the values you are getting it is. For example, machine 1 pressure is 10% and machine 1 temperature is 30 degrees. Okay, so this is, I added this. Now in this one, I'll go to machine 2. So command local alias and local alias command is I'm going to give from data, and here local alias commands, here I need to select M2 pressure, M2 temperature. Okay, so here also I can link the OPC tag. So I'm giving right now it is a constant values. So pressure is 50% of the pressure, it is that. So and temperature, if I'm giving it is a, so 70 degrees. Okay, so just I give it. So if I go to the runtime, so already one list is prepared. So if I'm click this M1, I'm getting this M1 data on this particular area. Okay, if I click this M2, M2 data I'm getting here. Okay, so if I'm having multiple machines like machine 1, machine 2, n number of machines are there, so you cannot able to create like this n number of process points. No? So we need to take only one process point like this. We have one temperature, one pressure only. You don't require any multiple temperature, multiple pressure points. It is not required. So in that way, how we need to create it, that one, that concept we are calling as a global alias. Local aliasing means what? It is nothing but a multiple process points for the multiple different aliases names we are linking it is. Whenever if you're calling that one, if that alias names is applied with that values, what value you are linking with that alias names. Okay, so now this local aliasing concept, I'm ready moving into the global aliasing concept. So global aliasing concept means what now? So I can reduce this process points. Okay, so that means I can say this. So this is not required. So only one temperature and one pressure it is having. For how many machines you are having it is? For all machines, this is the only one process point for temperature, one process point for the pressure. Okay. Now for here, what you need to do? So I can go to this workbench. Okay. So in this workbench, under platform services, so you can go to this global aliasing. Okay. So alias and themes are there. So now I need to first create the theme. Okay. So here under the themes already some sample themes are there. Okay. So now I'm going to create a theme called add theme. Okay. Machines. So machines is the theme name. Enable this theme. Okay. Apply. Okay. Now under this machines, I need to add the theme value. So under these machines, okay. So I have a machine 1. Okay. So okay, you can use this as a default theme value or like this. You can enable it. So enable theme value and this apply. Okay. This is done. Like this, you have a multiple machines. No? You can right click and multiply this one. So if you want to override this number of copies should be 1, you can override with that. So this machine 1 is there. No? You can under curly brackets you can keep 0. Okay. So override the first number 1 and override the numeric places. So or like this if you are using. So if you click, so you can see it is a machine 01 and 02. It is like this. It is created. No? If you want to change multiples, if you want to increase the number of places, right now only 2 added. It is. So just machine 2. Okay. So machine 1 and machine 2 like this. It is created. So multiple like this. If you want to create, we can able to add the multiple configurations. So right now I added only the 2 machines. Now you can see in this themes is created. Now I need to go to the aliases. Under the themes, I'm having alias names called. Yeah, I'm adding one alias. So first alias is temperature. Temperature. Okay, this is alias name. Enable this alias. So I'm going to link this alias with the theme value. So what is the theme value? Machines. Okay. Under this machines, you can see machine 1 and machine 2. So what is the machine 1 alias value and machine 2 alias value? I have to link the OPC tag here. For example, machine 1, same thing I'm giving here. For example, this is 10 and this is 20. So machine 1 temperature is 10, machine 2 temperature is 20. I'm giving constant values I'm giving right now. So one alias value I created. Now same thing I'm going with another alias with pressure. So in one machine, how many data you want to monitor them, that much aliases you need to create. So this is machine. Okay. So now in this one here also. So machine 1 here it is a 50 pressure and this is the machine 2 pressure is 70. These are constant values I'm okay. If I link OPC tags directly from OPC tags, it will be linked here automatically. Okay. So just add this. Okay. Now alias is also created. Now you can go to here. Instead of this data source, earlier I given this local alias. So just delete this. Go to global alias. So under global alias, you can find the aliases names. So this is I'm going to link with temperature. So just to double click, you can see the global alias syntax is arrow bracket and hash. If it is a hash, is that this is a global alias. Okay. So starting and ending with hash, no, it is a global alias. Okay. Just I closed it and pressure. I can go on this. So I can have to go to global alias pressure. Now this is the pressure. Okay. I linked with global aliases. Now this buttons also I'm going to change with global alias. Okay. So in this global alias, so you can go to global aliases. So you have to select from the add theme value. For example, I'm going to select with add theme value machines. So I'm going to link with machine 1 right now. Okay. So machine 1 value. Okay. So this and machine 2 also I have to select the command type is global alias. And in this global alias, I need to go to global alias, add a theme value, machines, machine 2, data. Okay. So this is done. Now you can go to the runtime. Now I have only one process point. So when I click this M1, 10, 50 you're getting it is. 20, 70 you're getting it is. So if you have a multiple machines like this one, you can able to create like a one faceplate. So common template you can create for all machines, one common template. This common screen you can develop with the process points. So whenever you able to see the machine 1 data, in the same process points is updating with machine 1 data. If you update it to the machine 2, that same process point is updating with the machine 2 data. So due to this global aliasing concept, it will be reducing your number of process points utilization, your screens utilizations and screen creations and everything. Okay. So regularly when you're talking about the SCADA names or like this, so this is called as a faceplate. So faceplate we can able to create like this with the help of this global aliasing. Same process points will be updated with a different parameters. Okay. So this is the called global alias concept. So if anyone have any doubts in this. So local alias means we have to create the multiple data instead of giving the address, we have to link via alias names. Okay. But in global alias, in a single process point, we can able to get the multiple data information, like a multiple machine information of temperature, multiple machine information of pressure in a single process point itself. Okay. So anyone have any doubts in this global aliasing? So this is from my end. So we have a few more functions are there, because as per the time constraints, we are not going to cover that all the other topics. So if anyone have any doubts, please let me know. So just I can hold for another 2 minutes. So today's session or yesterday's session, if anyone have any doubts, so please let me know. So you can write your questions on the chat box also. Yes, I'll try to share you this one. MC Works 32 SCADA. I think Devendra San is asking. I think I have MC Works 32 SCADA. Can I get report in CSV format? So you can able to 32. You are using ReportWorks configurator separately, no? So there you can able to get it as a kind of Excel form and PDF and HTML like this configuration was there in the ReportWorks. Okay, so you can take that report. So possibility is that you can able to configure that one. So because MCWorks 64 you have a built-in reports, but MCWorks 32 you have to use a separate ReportWorks software, report configuration. So and built-in also one active report it will be work. Okay, so that if you are making this one, CSV reports we can take it. 3 forms we can take. One is the HTML and PDF and CSV. So CSV means it is Excel form. Okay, I'm talking about that. So if anyone have any doubts. Yeah. So actually for regarding to the MCWorks 64 10.95 or like this, previously I conducted some sessions. In that one, all these things are recorded sessions are available. I will share you the recorded links to you, so you can download the recorded video from there. Okay, because right now I recently installed that Genesis platform. There is a new MCWorks. It is so this is the 10.97 version. So we are also have to explore so many things on this. So that's why only maybe in SQL some issues with the SQL also updated to 2014 to 2017 I updated. So I have to check that one. So that videos I'm having, it is older one, what you are using 10.94 or whatever it is. I will share you that video links to you. Yeah, definitely. So I think I already copied that video links in the Google Drive. So I will share you the links to you. So you can download that video links. So in that videos also, that is not only for the 2 days session. It is a completely 2 hours session, not like that. It is a completely 6 hour session. So total 12 hours videos are there actually in that. Yeah, all videos are related to SCADA. I'm having it is complete 12 hour session. I'm having a recorded videos. I will share you. Yeah. Okay, then Anderson, I will share you that one. So anyone have any other doubts? It's okay. So thank you. So thanks for attending for this session. Okay. So hope we will meet you on the further things also, further session. I think this meanwhile, if your this SQL data logging, I will check it. What is an issue? So again, I'm having a session on next 16 and 17. I'm having one session. I think you already have the links to you. So in that time, I will deliver that. So if you can join once again, if you want it, you can join that sessions also. 10 and 11, I'm having another session on SCADA in Bangalore region. So you can register that one also. And that time I will rectify this issue. What is this? Okay. So thank you all for attending this today's session. So hope we will meet you on the further session. Thank you.